Vernon was his name. Vernon and I were closer than any brother. I had lots of brothers, but he and I were closer than any brothers I ever had. Vernon had a ring that his daddy had given him when he entered the Marine Corps. And as I said, Vernon was 6'6", so he had huge hands. He just 13 shoe and just a big man. But he wore that ring on this finger. And my girlfriend had given me a ring. And her first name was Ruby, so she gave me a ring with a wee little tiny ruby in it. Vernon and I were sitting in the tent one day before we went to Iwo, and probably talking about home and all that, which happened a lot. And we made a pact that if anything happened to either one of us, he was to get my ring back to Ruby, and I'm to get his ring back to Dad. That we shook hands. Okay. Never dreaming that either one of us would ever be killed. And when he got killed, I got that ring off his finger, stuck it in my pocket, and carried it through the rest of the campaign. And I got back to Guam. I wrote to the folks, his folks, and told them that I had the ring. But I was not going to put it in the mail for fear that somebody would take it. I will hang on to it until I get home, and then I will bring it to them. Still firmly believing I'm going to make it through this war. I'm going to survive. So when I got home in November of 1945, I wrote and told them I was home, and that in January of 1946, I will bring the ring to them. I had no car, I had no money, didn't know how I was going to do that, but if I had to hitchhike, I was going to do it. I just recently married. One of the community leaders in town finally agreed to let me drive his car, and 4 days later we delivered that ring to Dad. And I have said many times, I don't know of anything in the world I could deliver to him that had more meaning than that ring. And it's always been a very warm, heartfelt feeling that I was able to do that, because at that point in time, his remains hadn't even been touched. You know, they were still on Iwo Jima. And they didn't know at that point that he would ever be brought back home. So one of the things that I just had to do and got it done.